Welcome to Vital Life Energy Formulas. Thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation about the follow-on of COVID, SARS-CoV-2, Corona-19, our natural killer cells, stem cells, our thymus gland, the bone marrow, which activates the T cells, red, white blood cells, with the amino acid, or should we say Vital Life Energy program. Thank you for joining us. Vital Life Energy Formulas does not treat, diagnose, cure, or profess a cure of any sort of disease.
A top scientist dealing with vaccines and actually one of the leaders in the world on manufacturing and recognizing the particular vaccines that are for different viruses, have been doing this for over 20 years. He's actually worked with the Gates Foundation and Ebola virus. I mean, he is the viral expert. He actually makes sure that the virus, when they're in the trials, that they're working, they're doing the proper job, and that they're healthy for the individual and activates the natural immunity as viruses are to do. And that's his job. And he's now come out with a deep understanding of what's occurring in relationship to the immune system, because he's also a scientist, and he's a scientist of the immune system.
So he specializes in making the vaccines, testing them, trialing them before they go out to treat a particular virus.
So in his situation, what he has said, and this is how I explain the immune system, which is how we've explained it, and that is that when we're a child, we have a very strong immune system. We have a lot of T cells, stem cells, white blood cells, and natural killer cells. And we're to get exposed to pathogens and viruses and bacteria. And in doing so, because we're young, we have a strong immune system, we have a strong growth hormone, the thymuses expand, then very simply, we get the pathogen, the body recognizes it, it then produces antibodies to it, and that happens for a whole lifetime. Also, as a child, we're able to, if it changes, the virus changes, the immune system it works with every virus, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can change and adapt with a strong immune system to the situation and then activate antibodies. So as the virus mutates, what viruses all mutate, then very simply your natural immune system will build that up, activate it, activate the NK cells, activate oxygen, and then go on to deal with any other pathogen.
And eliminate it and build immunity.
So the situation here is that when we are dealing specifically with a vaccine, the RNA vaccine, it's specific. It's specific to the COVID-19 specifically. It's not activating the N cells or the T cells, stem cells, K cells, and so on. As we get older, we lose all that. So this is being very specific to that particular virus. So in doing so, what happens is the virus gets specific to that. So then it doesn't activate the ability to manufacture other antibodies to other strains of that particular pathogen. So in this situation, what he's sharing is that our immune system gets weakened after 10 hours of getting the original vaccine. What goes specific is a very good vaccine for the COVID-19 because it's specific, but it's not specific to other pathogens. So what happens is the immune system can fight and recognize that pathogen, which it will do, and it would actually do that. But it's not going to recognize the mutations of that pathogen. That's where he says is really the problem with this particular vaccine. So we have to make sure we keep our immune system up at all times. If we don't keep the immune system up, which is what we've been teaching for so long, then when the other pathogens come in, there'll be no immunity.
Plus they mutate as they're parasitical. The pathogen itself, it mutates. A new virus comes in, it attaches to the internal virus that you're fighting, and then it mutates into a new strain. And that happens within 10 hours.
Now, some of you have had the COVID-19 vaccine.
Or can happen.
You have had that vaccine. We've always said, look, wait for history because it's just going to be, because it's all new. And that's exactly what this particular scientist was saying. It's all new because they've never used a RNA vaccine specifically anywhere at any time to so many people getting, the vaccine itself, millions of people. So what he's saying is that we got to make sure we keep our immune system up. So it changed because this is specific to that 19. It's not specific to the mutations, the one that's in Africa or the one that's in England, and because those are all natural mutations. So it's very, very important, which is what we've been saying. If you have had the vaccine, the shot as an example, then we're going to make sure we keep you up because you'll be very good against that particular one. Within 10 hours, it's only specific to that one. Your immune system gets weakened, and if we keep that back up, then as the changes occur, you'll be able to, have it where other people, their immune system get weak, and there can be other side effects that can occur for those particular people. Because remember, the immune system is strong when we're young. It gets weakened unless we build it naturally up as we're older. And then we get to the 70s and 75. That's the reason the virus can be very not good for those particular people and activate a lot of irregular cells and so on. And then that's, of course, what the results that we've been seeing. Where in areas where they have had the children get exposed and like that, like in Florida, as an example, then that's built up natural immunity. Then they segregated the elderly people and protected them, which is exactly the right thing to do because they're vulnerable to this particular pathogen, because it affects only the weakened, doesn't affect the strong. So that's the reason we're just saying, look, if you had it, if you can keep your immune system up, then you can take care of this virus and any other pathogen that changes over time.
The amino acids, along with the treatments that we recommend, which is the program, are essential to stimulate the bone marrow, the liver regeneration, along with the bone marrow and the stem cells, T cells, so you produce your natural killer cells and you have a strong defense.
Yeah, so the thymus gland is what we're regenerating and strengthening, because the thymus gland is what releases the T cells to fight the infection. So when young, you have a very enlarged thymus. You can deal with all those different things easily. As you get older, it shrinks. So it doesn't make common sense. If we can strengthen the thymus gland, then that's anti-aging, it activates regeneration, and it activates the body's ability to adapt to the changes. And that's basically what we've been sharing. And we just want to share that. Now, there's a very good video on the thymus gland that we did back, I think in March or April, sometime in that period of time. It'd be very good for you to watch that video also. And we have another video on auction that's going to be coming up too recently. Okay.
Thank you for taking the time to watch the video.
Thank you very much.
Have a lovely day, everyone.
Bye-bye.